See? I figured we needed a smile, a little pinky in the brain. So what are we going to do tonight? Then, oops, I did this. I needed a smile. I don't know about you. I needed a smile. So here we are. I'm going to change my little hoochie doochie from Pinky and the brain, of course. So you know I had one say. And then I'm going to do. So anyway, that's the way we're going to start today. That's the way we're going to start today. Because, uh, Aria, hi, honey. Hi, B. Hi, John. Oh, Marie, hi, honey. Hi. Hi. Oh, you do? Yeah. The 10-year-old look. Yeah. I just figured we needed a smile. Pinky and the Brain. I love Pinky and the Brain. That is my like all-time favorite cartoon. It's way past me. Other restraint turned me on to them. Actually, got turned on to them through the Animaniacs, and then it went that way. So anyway, it's cheering up the lonely day, the lonely people in your life day, and I went, I'm lonely. I'm sure there's other people that are lonely. Let's cheer up. Let's cheer up. I've seen, um, hence the reason the crazy hair, but that's all right. It comes down. um, that's the reason I've been seeing in a lot of chats, and like people are doom and gloom. Hi, DeAndre Gore. You're in one of my shorts. I did that. Anyway, um, doom and gloom. And I've, me personally, I took it to just plain old loneliness. Nobody listening, nobody hearing, nobody, I mean, you can have somebody sitting right next to you. Doesn't mean you're not lonely. I mean, let's get real. Excuse me. I'm far away. I'm in another state, another country, another whatever, you know. I'm not sitting next to you, but I'm here to try to help you not feel lonely. You know, I felt lonely, like I said, and I went, no, why are you doing this to yourself? Get out of that head. Come talk to people. Yes, it is true. It is true. Oh, I have a mouse. Look at that. It's the little things in life, and that's the way I take it. The little things in life to get me through, because somebody. Oh, do yeah, yeah. It was the last 5 minutes. It was countdown of the going on live, and I went. You know what? We need to do something. We need to do something that's a little shock value. So here it is. Here it is. So, but somebody that is near and dear to my heart, and I love them more than they'll ever know. And I found them here in the community. So that's a beautiful thing. Came and took time out of their life, to help me get my little laptop. I just have a little POS laptop, and it kept freezing. They got spent the time with me, and you know me, it took some time, so it doesn't freeze like it did. Isn't that wonderful? And then they got my mouse working. I mean, I'm high tech now. I'm high tech. Don't get me wrong. Bridge is still here, and he's still going to be my favorite. He's going to have a place in all our hearts. But it's nice that he can take a breather when he wants to. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I just really wanted to come on and say, I love you, and you're not alone. You're not alone. Uh, the life is lonely, and it gets lonelier, but it goes through phases. I think John was talking about that it goes through waves. So I love you too, honey. that's that's our mission. And so it goes through waves, and it's going to, and that's another reason why we're all here, is to get us through that low part. Um, when John was talking about it, John, I'm going to bring you up. You know I am. We'll talk about singing later. Yes, it isn't. It isn't linear. It isn't linear. And that's a very beautiful way of putting it. I say two steps forward, one step back, but that's, same kind of concept. For years, I did my biorhythms. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but that's the same kind of thing. It tells you when your highs and your lows and and when the best time. So I did that forever, for years and years and years. I had my biorhythms done, and I really believe in them, because I would go, gosh, I feel like I'm getting kicked in the teeth every time I turn around. And then I would look at the biorhythms, and it would be there, But everybody has their own beliefs. I just like the pretty graphs. But anyway, so like I said, it's cheer up the lonely day. And I was sitting there. I mean, I have Beans. I have Boo. Let me talk to you about Boo. Boo is being a real stinker behind. But we won't talk about him. He's a cat. He's a cat. We're used to it. He's not like other cats we have on here. He's sleeping on the couch. But what are you doing? Yeah, the hormone chart. Yeah, it's the same thing as like a biorhythm chart. It's the same kind of concept. Oh my gosh, look at this background. Oh, why you guys let me look at this? Why are you looking at this? Huh? This is just yucky. Yucky. How are we supposed to cheer up with something that looks like that? There. How's that? And then I found this. So, like I said, I'm going to play for a little while. I'll see what things do. So, I just thought having some background music might, calm our nerves a little bit. A little too jazzy, though. We'll find something. I'll find something. I've been looking. I'm not. Ariel, you'd be happy to hear. I'm not a Suno freak. I'm not a Suno freak. Do you like that better? John, do you like that better? The background? There it is. It is, huh? It needs a little sunshine, a little brightness. Yes. I mean, I do. My songs are all Suno. Just so I don't get dinged and donged and all that stuff. But to make a video or a channel or whatever about it, I use it for enhancing, if that makes sense. One thing I'm not talented enough. I mean, that has nothing to do with. Hi, baby. Kill shots here. Scully. Scully. There we go. That's the way I'm going to do it from now on. So I do Suno, but I don't wrap it in my blanket. It's not my blanket of choice. But that doesn't mean anybody else can't. Everybody can do whatever they want. I did one that I did completely by myself, and it was a version of Alice in Wonderland. And I did that for somebody very special that's in the community. But besides that, I've done a couple of things that, like Seventh Son, he wrote, and so he asked me, so I put something together. B, are you having troubles, honey? Are you having troubles? Right, right. Don't hold back, honey. This is a safe place. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Uh, but anyway, like I said, it's cheer up the lonely people there, the lonely. Reach out if you can. Reach out. Scully, what you did last night was wonderful. And everybody seemed to have a wonderful time. If anybody can drop Scully's channel, I would be so grateful. So grateful. Um, he did his big thing is Sunday nights. I'm gonna put it out there, Scully. You can correct me if I'm wrong, which I usually am. But he does his big thing Sunday nights, and he usually writes a script, and he gets people from the chat to come up and read different uh, characters in the script, and it's a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. There it is. Thank you, B. Oh, we got a double whammy. Okay, so in case we're gonna pop that up there. Thank you, B. We're gonna pop that up there. So in case the replay crew they have a time frame for when they can pull it up. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, I was kind of a lurker. I usually don't with you, Scully, but but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I giggled and laughed. And what it is you do? Oh, okay. Okay. So are we gonna have a remake? A remastering? I mean, it was pretty good. I like it. Just kind of off the cuff and just kind of flow and just organically happen. I love that. I know it drives Izzy crazy, but I love it. I love it. Oh, okay. Okay. She can do whatever she wants if it makes her happy. Yep, you be lurking in my comments on the 28th. I do a lot of lurking. I like to listen. I like to listen. I was on one channel. I was a big follower of that channel. And a lot of people that know me from there go, yeah, but you didn't talk much. Yeah, you didn't talk much. And I'm thinking, yeah, but I was there every single second of every single day. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. There it is. The musical kill shot. There we go. I know, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? I have a mouse. I don't have to reach up and touch and isn't this exciting? Yeah, Beans is going nuts right here because I'm laughing and giggling. So you'll have to excuse me. I have something. I have to get him something. Very unprofessional, but since when are we professional? I try to behave myself on. Yeah, it's too late, Aria. We know how you really feel. Yeah, we know how you really feel, honey. We know it. It's all out there for the whole world to know. Yeah, it is. It is. It's. Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy that. Just to watch and just to enjoy it and just to giggle and laugh and see. Yes, yes, we know. Yes, we know. uh, so Misha was here earlier, but it's a running joke. It's what is? Blah ha ha ha. Yeah, she does that a lot. But she was here earlier, but she was just waking up. She was probably just on her first cup of coffee. So we'll give her a chance. We don't have to fight that stuff. We don't have to do that. I was just, like I said, I was lonely. and I knew I wasn't alone at being lonely. So I decided to do this. Um, I have somebody making me a new premiere, and you'll never guess what's in the premiere. B, you'll like this. You'll never guess what's in the premiere. Oh, there she is. Don't work so hard. Get coffee first. It's a picture of me doing this. Of all things to pull up, that's what you decided to pull up. That's what you decided to pull up. Better together. Yes, yes. And I thought today was a good day for that. Oh, I'm still getting used to having the mouse. Yeah. Yes, yes. And it's funny that I have it on almost every single thumbnail I make, better together, and NBR, hashtag NBR. And it's somebody had mentioned, they go, we need to make that a mantra. And I'm like, uh, okay, okay, go for it. Oh, you see I changed glasses? Boy, I'm just, what? Yeah, it's hard though. Even if you have somebody right next to us. I mean, even if you're sitting on the couch next to somebody, your heart will still feel lonely. It just does. It just does. It's just how we're built. You know? Ah, well, I have no reason why you should. You should feel happy and gay and full of energy. I mean, you don't have one single baby, one pamper, one. No, you have five, and you have five, and but can we throw some threes out for Aria and for anybody else that may need them? Some hugs and loves, and some threes out there. I know, Aria, you have a good reason. I saw the pictures on your Facebook of baby's feet. Yeah, it was so cute. Yeah, I know. I know what that means. I know what that means. Yeah, yeah. It's. I'm not crazy about labels. I'm not crazy about labels. Oh, here's another thing. Told you I was in a goofy mood. I was lonely and I wanted to do something. And so, talk about yourselves. Let me put Pinky back. And ignore the sound. May get loud for a little while, but we'll move it back. We'll move it back. Yeah, she keeps popping in and out. She keeps popping in and out. Here, look, look. This is the kind of crap I have around my house. Shows my mentality. Shows my mentality. But see, everybody needs one of these. Don't you think that cheers you up? Huh? Doesn't that cheer you up? Doesn't that make you laugh and smile? Doesn't it? Yeah, and I have the little ones. See the little guys. I had to move my fan. That's the reason. That's the reason for all this noise. But anyway, yeah. You know what? We need we need some silliness. We need some silliness in our life. Let me know if that's loud. If it's loud, I can move it back. I'm more than happy to. She said hi. She said hi. Oh, okay. We'll go back to that. Miss B wants to be recognized. I hope Miss B is having a good day. Romper, bumper, stomper, boo. You see, I can keep it close at hand, just in case, just in case. Yeah, now I got pigtails and I'm romper bompering. Welcome to the ditzy puddle. Welcome to the ditzy puddle. It's here now. Oh, me too. I love pinwheels. It's right up there with balloons. It's right up there with balloons. Not to be gloomy or anything, not to be gloomy, but I'm going to tell you a story. My grandfather, um, my grandmother passed away first. Okay, and my grandfather lived for another 8, 10 years. But my grandmother passed away first, so they would go through on Wednesday and pick up everything. So every Thursday morning, like clockwork, that's just who he was. We would go out there. He'd stopped driving by then, and we would go out there and we would put out flowers for her. So we'd stay the rest of the week until the next. And so every Thursday morning we would go out there and we would go down. And as soon as we got to the main drag, he would say, "Can you see them from the street? Can you see them from the street? Can you see them from the street?" And I was like, "Okay, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this." So when we took flowers, I always made sure to take pinwheels. And so we put pinwheels up there. And I said, he had bad eyes, and then he didn't want to wear the glasses. So that's just who he was. And he'd go, "Can you see it from the street?" And I'd look at him and go, "Papa, can you see it from the street?" And he goes, "Oh, there it is." So it always cheers me up to see that, because it kind of reminds me of those days of, yeah, he was happy because he could see from the street. That means everybody else could. Yeah, yeah, I believe that. I totally believe that. But I love me some pinwheels. I love me some pinwheels. They just make me happy. Balloons, pinwheels, things like that. They just make me happy. They just make me smile. So that's all I'm here for today. It's just to give a grin and smile a little bit, and um, Scully, if you're still here, do we know what you're going to be doing next weekend? Do you have a title of your show? Some people have plans. Some people are skilled. Uh, I never sleep. I'm rough. I don't understand that. I sleep like a baby. I sleep all the time. All the time. I've always been able to do that. I put my head down, and the harder my okay, not yet. Okay, let me know. Let me know. I will. I mean, I'm only this big, but I sure will shout you out, honey, because you do such wonderful things. You do. You do. You lighten up the whole evening. You really do. So uh, I don't even know where I was going. So there you have it. I don't care. Do you care? If you care, put in a comment and tell me where I was going. So, but the fan's not bothering you? I'm so picky, even with myself. Well, that's the reason. That's the reason what you do comes out so well, because you're pretty much a perfectionist. I wish I could do that the way you do. Nobody can. Nobody can. uh, no picking on the bears. Why are we picking on the bears? Are we still napping? Oh, that's what we're talking about, sleeping. I've always been able to do that. And then the harder life gets for me, the more I can sleep and the easier I can fall asleep. I can fall asleep, if I just sit for 5 minutes. I'm asleep. I'm asleep. And I know that my life, my body is getting, uh, is changing. It's a better way of putting it. When I start sleeping more. And when I start sleeping more, it's, it's time to start looking deep, you know, my health, my mental health, my physical health, whatever it is. So anyway, so today it's talking about mental physical health. Yes, honey. Yes, it's talking about physical and mental health. Uh, for about 2 weeks now, and I mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again because I like to peek and repeat. I was cleaning out my garage, so I was cleaning out my garage, and I ended up with all these bites, and I thought, I asked, you know, I put a bomb out there for spiders, so I got spider bites like crazy, and they kept spreading, and I'm like, how did I get spider bites in the house like this? Because I put out more bombs out there, and blah blah blah. So I went to visit other restrained, and he goes, "Mom, that's poison oak. I've never been allergic to poison oak. Never. Oh, okay. Never been allergic to poison oak. I mean, when I was a kid, I fell off a horse. You know how you do? Fell off a horse and rolled in it. All over my clothes, all over my body. You know how you roll around and you giggle and laugh, you get up and run some more. And I never caught it. I never caught it. And he's going, that's what you have. Because he's really allergic. He's really allergic. So he knew what he was. And so I hopefully you can hear. So I'm going to keep talking, though it says so it's so what happened was it it kept spreading. It kept spreading, even though I was using the soap that you're supposed to use for poison ivy, poison oak, whatever it's called. Um, there's some name for it. And I was putting ointment on it, and la la. Next thing I know, now I'm getting like this heat rash in my arms. And look at this. So finally, yesterday I went, okay, I gotta go see somebody because it's been a week or two and nothing's happening. So I went to I made an appointment for urgent care. I didn't know you can make an appointment for urgent care, but there you go. I made an appointment for urgent care, and I went in this morning, and he says, "You have dermatitis." I went, no kidding. For anybody that knows what dermatitis means, absolutely nothing. It says your skin is upset. That's all that means. There's nothing. It just sounds good. And so he says, "Yeah, you've touched something." Yeah, definitely. That's what I thought this was. I thought this was a heat rash, and I thought, oh, okay, a heat rash. You'll never get John. You know what I put on it? Desinex, because it always worked for heat rash. But I've been dousing myself like this in Desinex and tea tree oil just to keep the infection down and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Doing the right bathing with the right stuff. Anyway, so finally he goes, "You've touched something. You're allergic to something. You've touched something. Something somewhere. You've been in the yard. You've done something." And I went, "Well, I was in the garage, you know." And he goes, "I don't know what it is." He goes, "Doesn't really matter." He says, "But here's some ointment and here's some pills." And I went, he says, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah, it does look like heat rash. Yeah, it does look like this. It does look like that." He says, "But no, you're allergic to something." He says, "Yeah, it's trying to heal. You can tell by the colors of it. It's trying to heal, but it's not going to heal. It's just going to keep spreading until we finally get it there." And I went, thank goodness I finally went. Thank goodness I finally went. Yeah, well, that's what he said. I don't care what it is. I think it's poison oak. I really do. But He keeps me from working in my garage. I have an excuse now. But, I'll still work in the garage. I'll just to make sure I wear some long, because they make long work gloves. I'll work in some long work gloves and color done. Life doesn't scare me like that. It's just like I said, look, eh, it's gross. If it was on somebody else, I'd be disgusted. But since it's on me, I'm like, eh. Yeah, it's another thing. Somebody says I have shingles. Oh, it looks like shingles. And I said, no, I don't have shingles. I don't have the virus that has shingles. I don't have that virus, you know. And even the doctor says, oh, it's not shingles. It's not shingles. Thank goodness, because this is not painful like shingles, from what I understand. So I understand pain. Shingles can get pretty painful. Pretty painful, you know. My grandmother had shingles. She would get them anytime she did it for a while. But uh, yeah, I don't. I never had what is it? Measles, smallpox, something. Oh, hi, Kim. We're talking about yuckies on our bodies. I don't know why. We're gonna move off of that one. That was a bad subject. At least this hair is just gonna, yeah. As soon as I'm done with this is coming down. This is coming down. But anyway, so how I just wanted to make sure everybody was okay, got through their weekend, and to let you really know. I mean, I've been talking for 30 minutes to let you know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And to reach out to somebody. To reach out to somebody if you feel alone or if you know someone's alone and you feel like you can't. Oh, there you go. That's lovely. And if you, oh, is it chicken pox? Yeah, I didn't have any of that stuff. I was very immunized. Yeah, I had the mumps. I had the mumps twice because I had it on one side and then the next time I had it on both sides. Hi, hi, Henry. Yeah, so I never had any of those. You know, I still have my tonsils. I'm yeah. I was not a sickly child, a sickly person. And during oh, is she leaving? All right, Michelle. Be safe, honey. I love you. Reach out if you need something. Okay. No, no, I never had chickenpox. No. No. I know I'm the right age, huh? When I was a kid, when you turned two, I don't know what it was about it, but when you turned two, you had your tonsils taken out. That was what you did. You had your tonsils taken out at 2 years old. You turn between 2 and 3. As soon as you turn two, they start making appointments of getting your tonsils. I never had my tonsils out. I had tonsillitis. I never had my tonsils out. I still have my wisdom teeth. You can tell how well they work. Trust me, wisdom teeth don't make you any smarter. Yes, you've been spotted, Henry. Yes, we all see you. Uh, so anyway, I yeah, I've never had any of those things. I never had any of those things. You know, um, I had mumps when I was in Indiana. Ooh, that was a double whammy because don't get me wrong if you're from Indiana. I love you dearly. I have a lot of family in Indiana. I just don't want to be there. It was southern Indiana, at the Kentucky border. I saw Fort Knox. That's how close it was. That's how close it was. So, but anyway, What else you want to talk about? Ah, there is. You know, okay, there we go. We can talk about that. My father was not around. No big deal. Not here for boohoos or any of that stuff. It's just a matter of fact. He was not around. He left when I was 3 months old. Never saw him. That's just what it was. My jaw is killing me. We'll stop using it. It's like the doctor. You go to the doctor and they say, my arm hurts when I go like this. Let's stop doing that. Anyway, so my dad was never around. You know, my mother kept up with him because she wanted to uh, kind of keep him abreast of what I was doing and where I was in school, and and she sent him school pictures and things like that. But I didn't know where he was. I didn't know anything about him. So I knew who he was and what he looked like, but that was about it. Anyway, so he ended up marrying a total of 5 times. Busy man. And when he passed, it all came to me. He had no will, no nothing. It's just one day he was at his work shop and he had a heart attack. Called him to the hospital, then he passed away. So they contacted me. So I had to look up all of his marriage decrees and dissolution decrees and all of that stuff. I had to get all that paperwork together because the lawyer said, well, we can do it and it'll cost you $50,000, or you can do it and just hand it over to us and save that money. And I went, okay, I'll figure out how to do it. So I did. Needless to say, then I had to figure out if during these marriages he had children and where they were and what their names are now and blah, blah, blah. So, needless to say, during all of this, I found a brother and a sister. I'm not an only child. My mother's only child, but my dad dropped seeds. So I have, this is interesting. I have a brother, and he is, I think, like 4 years younger than me. And I have a sister, and she is 4 years and 4 months younger than me. So they were born 4 months apart. So needless to say, my dad was busy. But to make a long story short, now since it's too late, my sister lives in Indiana. So I would love to meet her. She is a fellow redhead because I'm the only redhead in this side of the family. Everybody else in the side of the family are towheads until they're about 25. They're all towheads. If anybody knows what that means, they're all bleach blonde hair, just whiter than snow hair. I always had the darkest hair, and it was red. So it'd be nice to see a fellow redhead, and so her and I have been talking off and on, and we even, we've never met, but we communicate like happy birthday and happy birthday and happy birthday. How's your kids? How's your grandkids? Stuff like that. So it's all there. I don't know about that one. And I also don't know what you mean by that. So explain that one to me, honey. Explain that one to me. Yeah. Yeah. Once you have it in your system, in your line, it'll pop up anytime. Like other, you see he has dark hair, but that's because you see him inside. You get him outside, and he's just as red. He's what you would call auburn, auburn, because it's just as red, but it's that deep, deep red, just as red as it can be. But he considers himself a brunette, so consider himself a brunette. I don't care. It's like he considers himself other. Okay. Yeah. So when I come across a true ginger, a true ginger, it's really nice. Um, I know it's a big thing now for everybody to dye their hair red, but when I was a kid, it was very unusual and it was frowned upon and made fun of, and I've heard them all. I've heard them all. I've heard them all, and it was like I really didn't want to be, but once I got out of school and grew up, then it was a positive. You know, oh, you're a redhead. Oh, it was a conversation piece. So it broke the ice a little bit for it. Like you can tell, I need the ice broken. I'm so shy. I'm just a little meek little thing. But as John said, they're pretty bad, you know, backsides. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn as all get out. I am stubborn. If I've made my mind up, you're not going to change it. You are not going to change it. This is the way it is, and this is the way it's going to be. And so, Ariel, can you watch for that? Yeah, yeah. Um, it's very few times I'm like that, you know. But when I get tunnel vision on a goal or a idea, it's very hard to get it out of my head. It's in stone. In stone. Oh, hard head. But besides that, I, I think I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty okay. uh, Raising cat is not for the weak. No, no. I'm amazed my mother even let me live. Just to be honest. Just to be honest, I'm amazed because the things I said, things I did, the things that she put up with. Uh, my mother is amazing, and I say was, but no, in my heart she is still amazing. I don't understand when people pass, they go was. No, they still are. They still are. My heart, they still are. The flesh may not be here talking to us, but the memories and the person that we fell in love with is. So anyway, that's just me. Uh, I can't really answer to that. I can't really answer to that. Uh, I know that John may know more, Misha may know more, Aria may know more. I'm just, I'm just on the outside, just on the outside, looking in, going, "Hi." I'm just comedy relief. Oh, so when I'm not going to talk ugly, but when I was in the hospital, it was 3 years ago, this month, last month, and I was out of it, like out of it. I was hallucinating. I mean, big time hallucinating, and seeing things that weren't there, going places I never went to, just big time hallucinating. There was this lovely girl, and I couldn't remember names. I couldn't remember, you know, I was in and out all the time. And so I ended up naming her Ginger. She answered to it. She answered to it. She goes, "That's what she calls me, Ginger. I don't take insult. That's what she calls me, Ginger." Hey, Todd. Well, hi, honey. I haven't seen you in a long time here. I am so glad to see you. I am so glad to see you. I saw you the other day, and I think it was Izzy, but I hope you're doing okay. I know you've been keeping a low profile, but I hope you're doing all right. Um, I didn't mean to shift gears, but you know how we do. Squirrel! So I just wanted to come on here and say I love you all, and you're not alone. Uh, Reach out if you feel alone. It- Look at all these people. Look at all these beautiful people here. Reach out if you feel alone. You know, and don't be discouraged if the first one you reach out to doesn't reach back. I mean, who knows what's going on in their lives? Who knows what's going on in their lives? Reach out again. Reach out to somebody else. There's too many people. Life is busy. Oh, okay. I'll let you lurk, honey. I'll let you lurk. Rumsky comes on every once in a while too. Scully was here just a little while ago, so everybody just kind of pops in and pops out. But reach out. And like I said, if the first one doesn't come back to you, try again. Try somebody else. There's a lot of people in this community. There's a lot of people in your life. It doesn't even have to be in this community, in your life, that care about, that love you, that um, want to be there for you. Okay, you don't have to be alone. And if you don't feel lonely, on the other side of the coin, on B side, reach out to somebody that you know feels that way a lot, and just say hi. Just say hi. You amazing. It is amazing how much just saying hi brightens somebody's world. It really does. It really does. It doesn't have to be a big blah, 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 blah. Just thinking about you and wanting to reach out and say hi. That's it. That's it. And it'll make their day. And for that one little piece of moment, they're not lonely. They're not lonely. And loneliness in your heart can get you down. Can get you down. People talk about this happening and that happening and this happening and that happening. Loneliness happens everywhere. And people, it's so normal that people don't even, they don't even acknowledge it. And it's there. It's there. So, um, as I said, I was lonely. I'm not anymore. I got you. But reach out if you can. Reach out. Reach out to anybody you know that, and there's an end that clicked in your head as soon as I mentioned it. Reach out to them. Just say hi. I was just thinking about you, and and you mean something to me. You mean a lot. Okay, and that's all. And that's all. And if you're feeling lonely, reach out. But again, like I said, if that person that you first reached out to doesn't reach out back, that's okay. Don't take it as an insult. You don't know what's going on in their lives. You can't, they may not be able to stop what they're doing to, reach out to someone else. Or reach out to, there's plenty of people. Plenty of people. Look at all the people here. There is. There is. Beautiful people everywhere. You just have to look for them. And like I said, these last couple um, shows I've been watching on YouTube, they seem to start with a positive, and they go, and they go, and I'm like, come on, folks, let's let's try. You living in that circle, that swirl. We have to try to get out. We have to try to get out. And so I know you can. I have faith in you. I love you. You're beautiful. Just the way you are. You are. And you can do this. And as I said, it's not linear. Healing is not linear. So if it gets you down, it's okay. It's all right. You got through it before. Remember that. You got through it before. You can do it again. You can do it again. I'm here. I'm here. You're here. Just that's what I need. I need some pom poms. Oh, hey John, you missed this. There we go. Let's see if we can get it going again. Let's see if we can get it going. There it is. So now I need some pom poms. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna go, and I love you all. And I hope this little few minutes with us, with everyone, get you out of that headspace. If it's just for a moment, if it's just for a moment, and let you know you're not alone. You're not alone. Uh, and spread it, ripple it, ripple it. Nothing but ripples. Hashtag NBR. Nothing but ripples. And as B says, hashtag better together. Okay? And between those two, there's nothing more that needs to be said, really. Except I love you. I love you. And you're beautiful. And be strong and be the beautiful person you were always meant to be. Okay? You're gorgeous. I love you. Remember what I always say, try to make today just a little bit better than yesterday. I love you.